What's good, guys? It's Stephanie here, and welcome back to my channel. Once again, it is so good to see each and every one of you again, and I hope you guys are doing good. Now, if you guys haven't seen the video before this one, please go check it out. You can share if you want. In that video, I was basically welcoming you guys to my YouTube channel, and I was also explaining why I had to create this channel and what I intend to do for y'all. I was also getting down to the nitty-gritty about myself, but I didn't say much because, I was still trying to get over that whole first video nervousness. You guys understand how that is. We all get nervous sometimes. We all have those days. And also, I just thought that if I had enough subscribers and viewers, I will be able to get you guys to, send me any questions about myself and what I intend to do on my YouTube channel, and I will answer you without a doubt. Just no personal questions though. I know how some of you operate. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's get down to the topic of the day. Now, y'all, what I'm about to talk about to you guys is quite serious. It's emotional, and it's kind of hard to, just come out here and tell people my experience with this because, the memories just keep coming, and I don't know. Whenever I think about it, I don't know, it just kind of gives me... I'm just playing with y'all. Don't lie, some of you actually fell for it, probably thinking, ooh, she about to cry on camera. What do I do? But I admit though, it's actually a serious topic to talk about, but believe me when I say this, I have absolutely no problems talking about it, no problems telling anybody, and especially and most definitely no problems making a video about this. Well, it's just kind of mind-boggling that somebody like me would go through such a scary experience. Like, believe me when I say it, it wasn't easy for me. And I'm practically kind of like the only person in my whole generation to actually experience something this traumatic. Well, not exactly traumatic because, I don't know, I was having fun a little bit, but still traumatic, right? Because whenever I hear about stories having to do with war, either in a movie, on the news, or probably something I read in a book, I don't know, it's just quite a sad situation. But never in a million years did it ever cross my mind that Ugochi Stephanie Ihiogu would actually experience something like that, something so terrible. Well, the good news is, and glory be to God, I'm out of it, and I just want to thank the Lord because He has been with me throughout that whole scary experience. God was just following me all up and through, and believe me, I would never stop thanking Him for that. Okay, so let's get down to this story, shall we? Right, so it all started when my mom decided that it would be best if I went to Ukraine for my studies. And before that, I never even heard about any country called Ukraine. I'm not even joking. I was so confused at that time. But yada yada, I decided to go over to Ukraine to study, yeah. And I was living my normal Ukrainian student life and all. Until one day, my mom just, called up on me. And, she's one of those people who tune into news and stuff. So, she saw the whole, she saw every, headlines about it and stuff. Well, nothing was really going down where I was. Nothing. It was all calm. And, 2 weeks prior, or a week prior, I think, she decided to call me and she's like, Ugochi, I don't know, I'm kind of scared. I'm hearing a lot of stuff about this whole Ukrainian-Russian war and stuff. That, please protect yourself and all. I don't know, I just thought that everything was fine because, like I said, everything was all calm. People were just going about their business and all. So I didn't really think any of it, honestly. I just told her to relax and let me just continue living my life in here. Because I don't know, I wasn't planning to just up and leave when I was like new to school and all. Okay, so the day before everything went down completely, my mom decided to call me up and tell me to pack up and go to another city, because she pretty much read on the news that the attackers are coming either to my city or the neighboring ones. But all the same, I was still in denial and I thought she was paranoid. So I kind of told her to relax, that nothing's going to happen. It's still so calm in my city and all that. But all the same, I had to listen to her because, you know, it's better safe than sorry. You know. And then I decided to pack my bags and I got ready for everything required for me to get up out that city at that point. I was getting ready to leave the next day, but then I woke up to horrible sounds, guys. Like, the sounds I was hearing, it was just, I don't know, it was unbelievable. I don't know, I thought probably like it was about to rain and the thunder was the sign of it, but turns out, guys, this wasn't thunder. This wasn't thunder at all. Okay, then at that point, I started to get real scared. I called my mom, I called my aunt, I called my family members. Actually, on another note, they were the ones who were calling me non-stop. I told them I'm fine, that, you know, God will keep me and all that, but, you know, while shaking in my boots and stuff. And, you know, the thing about me, I talked to people. I was talking to people in the dorm I was staying in. So you know, they kind of told me everything that was going down, and you know, I was a bit scared. But I had that assurance that, okay, yes, I'm getting up out this city real soon. But do you know what happened? They refunded my bus ticket. So yeah, I couldn't leave at all, and neither could anyone on that day, actually. We were all just, you know, chilling because nothing was going on in our city, but we could hear, honestly, we could hear the bomb explosions from the neighboring cities, like far, far away. That's how you know it was that bad. So while everything was going down, I was on my bed, I was praying, I was shaking, I was thinking, honestly, lots of thoughts were just running up through my mind, and I was just thinking, like, would I make it out of this alive? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my family and my studies and all that? I don't know, I was just not in a good headspace until I got a phone call from my aunt. She was basically like calming me down and stuff, and that gave me the strength to get up my bed and walk around for a little bit. So I was walking down the hallway, then I met a guy. I asked him what's going on. Then he told me that lots of people were going down to the underground train station just to lay low for a bit, you know, while everything was happening, so that, you know, they'd be safe. Then I was like, okay, good luck, and he entered his room. Then my aunt was like, hey, Stephanie, you should have collected his number. And honestly, that was the best decision I took that day. So yeah, I went back to collect his number. I asked for his name. He told me his name was Stephen. You know, shout out to you, Stephen. I know you'll be watching this. Anyway, so that's how I made a new friend that day. Then when it was time to leave for the train station, he kind of called me out, and then he said that, you know, everyone is going down. Are you interested? And I was like, hell yeah. Then we went down to the train station just to stay. You know, after we kind of bought some food stuff and everything to just keep us through the night and stuff. And you know, not everybody though, not every single person, but lots of people were down at the train station. Men, women, children, pets. So yeah, that's how we were just basically cooped up there. I was staying there with Stefan and his friends, and we were kind of having fun, just trying to get our mind off everything for a bit. But guys, sleeping in that train station was the worst experience ever. The ground was just hard and cold, and you know how cold Ukraine is on a normal day, and geez, it was terrible. Like I just said to myself, like, after this night I am not sleeping here again, and I meant it. So in the morning I just got up, and I was so angry. Imagine having to carry all my load, all my luggage, from the train station to my dorm room. Like, geez, it was just too much. So yeah, I had to do that, and I was basically on my bed. I was trying to get my mind off the Ukrainian war for a bit. Like, I was just done with hearing this whole thing. Then my friend Stefan, my guardian angel to be precise, he came to me, and then he was like, okay, we are leaving Kharkiv for a little bit until everything calms down. And note that note that when I said we were leaving until everything calms down, I don't mean it, because from that day we left Kharkiv for good. we weren't coming back. No, not a chance. But all the same, I agreed. I had to ask my mom first, and obviously she allowed me to go. So yeah, I went with Stefan and friends. But you guys, listen. Do you know what I wanted to actually leave Ukraine carrying? Do you know what I packed? I put a little amount of my stuff in a backpack. In a backpack! And believe me, in my own little mind, I wanted to... I don't even want to say anything, but that was kind of a really silly decision for me to take, I would admit. But in my defense, though, I honestly thought that, okay, we were just going out of Kharkiv for a little bit, then we'll just, come back once everything is calmed down and stuff. Little did I know we were actually leaving Ukraine for good. But that didn't cross my mind. So I just, got my backpack ready to go. We went to the train station, and we waited there for 3 hours. Let's say we went to the train station by 9, and then they told us that the train is coming by 12, so we waited for like 3 hours. But do you know something? Once 12 came, that train didn't come. They now changed it to 3 o'clock. Then okay, I waited. There's no problem. So by 3, the train didn't come. So I was just thinking, these people are playing with me. So I don't know, I just kind of left that area for a little bit. But then I realized every single person around me, they have a hold on. Sorry. Every single person around me had their whole belongings, big boxes, every single thing that they own in that train station. And me, Stephanie, I just wanted to take a backpack. So I was just, feeling that, I took some kind of wrong decision and all. So I booked a taxi to leave the train station and take me back to my dorm so I can go get the rest of my luggage. Guys, this gets scary, honestly. I entered the taxi, but mind you, this wasn't the taxi I booked. It was a random ass car that I just entered. But I didn't realize it at that point. But, me thinking that, okay, this is my taxi, I decided to relax in the car. Then I got a call from my aunt, and I had to tell her that I left the train station to get the rest of my stuff. And then she was kind of like reprimanding me for it, telling me that I shouldn't have. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. She was basically telling me that I shouldn't have left that place and that I should go back. But I was like, no, aunt, I have to get everything, because I don't know if I'm even coming back to Ukraine at this point. And it was kind of like a silly decision for me to just get a backpack and all. But then, you guys, the point I realized that this wasn't the taxi I booked was when this guy took me to the middle of nowhere. So then I was like, hey, what the hell? Where did you take me? Like, this is not my dorm. Like, he took me to the middle of absolutely nowhere. And I couldn't really get a hang of Ukrainian language as I've only been there for 2 months. He was speaking Ukrainian language to me and I couldn't understand jack shit. Oh my goodness. I don't know, it was really frustrating. So I had to use a translator to kind of understand what he's saying. So he charged me for this trip and he charged me for the trip that we were about to take back to my dorm. Okay, so I said, yes, I'll pay you, sir. Just get me out of here. And, the taxi fares kind of increased drastically. And the taxi fares were really expensive because some of these drivers were kind of trying to take advantage of this whole war situation and put more money in their pocket. Not that I blame them, though. But that driver, though, like, instead of him, as he saw me entering the car, be like, hey, lady, why are you in my taxi? He just drove off with no warning. So that's how he was up to some shady business. Okay, so we got to my dorm room and then I decided to transfer his money to him because I had no cash on me. But I had a lot at the bank. So I tried, but then it wasn't even going through. Jeez, I don't know. Like I was so scared, I was so confused, but then I realized that okay, they had all the accounts blocked, due to the whole situation. But then this dude didn't even want to hear. Like he locked the car. He said, "No, you must pay me my money. You must pay me my money." But then I was like, "Sir, I have no money. I don't know what to do." But then an idea came to my mind that, okay, let me just give him one of my power banks. Then I was about to give him the little one, but then no, he said he wanted that big one that was working perfectly. I had to give him because I needed to get my ass out of there. So yeah, I gave it to him. I left the car, and then once I got back to my room, I broke down and I cried because I was so frustrated. Like, this whole situation was just tough on me. And as if that wasn't bad enough, Stefan called me and said the train had arrived. Can you imagine? Like, are you actually effing kidding me? After all that trouble, but not gonna lie, if I hadn't gone through that, I would have left Ukraine with just a backpack, my laptop, my phone, and 2 to 3 clothes. Like, can you even imagine? So I'm glad I actually had to face that and come back to get my stuff because it was important. Yeah, and during all that, I was basically okay, no, I wouldn't say I was the only person in my dorm. Like, there were a few others, like a few people, but we were not so much anymore. Like, honestly, you could go to a hallway and speak and your voice will echo. But anyway, there was just me and some other people in the dorm. So yeah. And yeah, while I was going to the kitchen, I met my neighbor, like the guy whose room was right next to mine. I've just been walking past him and all that. Before that day, honestly, I've just not been speaking to him. But then that day I decided to speak to him. I was like, "Hey, yo, what's up? What are you doing?" And he was like, okay, him and his friends are kind of going to take the next train that will come that morning. Sorry, no, not that morning, just the next morning. So I was like, okay, fine, I'd like to follow you. His name is Emmanuel, by the way. Shout out to you, Emmanuel. And okay, yeah, he was like, okay, fine, you can come with us and all that. So I told my mom that I found someone to follow. Then she was really happy. She made a group chat, that consists of me, my aunt, and her. And that was honestly the sweetest thing that they could ever do. I don't know, I was relieved and I found solace. So I had a hard time sleeping, honestly, because that evening, I don't know, that day a lot went down and I don't know. I had a hard time sleeping. I don't know, because I honestly thought that a missile would just come to my window. No, But true, I had a hard time sleeping. So when I finally woke up, it was so hard to get a taxi to take us to the train station. We had to we had to wait and wait and wait until finally they came for us. And luckily for me, Emmanuel had cash with him, so he paid this guy, and we were there in the train station waiting for the train. And the wait for the train was just not funny at all, because every single time a train would just come around, people would just run across the train tracks, push each other. Damn, it was, I don't know, it was just really frustrating, honestly. And I'm the type of person who doesn't like to push up. Like, I wouldn't call myself claustrophobic, but I just don't like to. I don't like clusters. Like, I don't like people pushing up on me. So I don't know. I was just there with Emmanuel and his friends and all that. Emmanuel too. He was kind of pushing up on people and stuff. But then I didn't want to do that. So then finally the train to leave for Lviv, from Kharkiv to Lviv, it came around. And yeah, people did the usual pushing and shoving and stuff until they entered the train. And the train kind of filled up. You know, I just thought that, it was quite a bummer. But then Emmanuel found a train going to another city. Actually, he found a train going to, I don't know, some kind of city, whatever. So then he was like, okay, fine, this train would actually like take us to this city where we can board another train to go to Lviv. So yeah, me and Emmanuel, we entered and we found another Emmanuel. So it was just, the three of us in that cubicle. And the train wasn't really no, not even really anything. Like, the train wasn't, like, the train only had a few people, like about 10 people in there. So I am so glad I waited for this one, like, honestly. And finally I got to have a good sleep. Like, you don't even know how relieved I felt. So we got off that train, and then we entered another train, and as usual we were very little in there. I got to play with the cat, my very first time. And also, I got to sleep, honestly. Well, not really, actually, because the train was just for a few hours. But I got to meet new friends too, apart from the two Emmanuels. So yeah, we got to leave, and I was very clueless on what to do. My mom kind of bought me and my friends train tickets and stuff in case they asked for a train ticket. And my mom did the sweetest thing ever. Oh, thank you, mommy, for this. She booked us she booked us a hotel in Lviv. So while everyone was sleeping in the stinky train station, me and my friends, we went to lounge in a hotel. But I don't even care. Well, the hotel was actually quite nice. I think I'll insert a clip of the hotel in here for a minute. It was actually really nice, and the most important thing was that I got to shower. Jeez. And the shower of that hotel was actually, like, it was big, it was comfy, and I got to unwind. I got to relax, like, get the whole war out of my mind, like, for a minute. Even though I was just staying there for like a few hours, but I was going to sleep there, me and my friends. But yeah, the most important thing, like I said, was that I showered. Glory be to God. Then I woke up, we went for breakfast, really delicious. Then we got ready for checkout. So we checked out of the hotel, and we came back to the train station, and we got on a train. We got on a train going to another city. And mind you, this city this city that we were about to go into, it would lead us to our respective borders. There was a border to Poland, there was a border to Hungary, and there was also a border to Slovakia. So the two Emmanuels, they decided that they wanted to go to Slovakia, but then I didn't want to go to Slovakia because I knew nobody there. But luckily for me, I had family friends in Hungary, so I said that, okay, I am going to Hungary, and they agreed with me, of course. So finally, guys, we got to the city to take us to our respective borders. Like, I boarded so many trains that I've lost count, honestly. So yeah, we got to that city, and the two Emmanuels and their friend kind of shared their goodbyes to me. They each donated a sum of money for me to, for my upkeep. And oh my goodness, that was so nice. Like, honestly, I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful to have found friends like that, because honestly, if I were alone, only God knows what would have happened to me, honestly. As being alone and broke with nothing, like, I just really thank them for that nice gesture. So yeah, I met a few people who were going to the Hungarian border. Like, I don't know, God was just so good to me during this experience. He was just said it, like, I don't know, he was just really removing any obstacle that would not make me leave Ukraine. Like, honestly, God was just a faithful God during that period. Glory be to him, honestly. So yeah, I met a few people who were going to the Hungarian border, and I decided to roll with them. They were my new crew right now, because them two, the two Emmanuels, they had already left. So yeah, we boarded the train going to Hungary. So finally, we were out of Ukraine, and we were finally in Hungary, and I was safe and sound. And in Hungary, I don't know, I was really I was really enjoying myself, because the country was warless, most especially. And I don't know, it was a new place, so I was kind of chilling and making friends. I had to go to a hotel, then finally to a hostel. Then when the time came for me to finally leave Hungary, I don't know, I fell so in love with the place that I just didn't want to leave, but I needed to see my mommy. So I had to leave Hungary. So yeah, that was my whole Ukrainian war experience. Well, I don't know. A few people will hear this and be like, but you were having fun. How was this? But honestly, it had its ups and downs, but it was mostly the good parts that I remember, because it exceeded over the bad parts. There were hardly any bad parts, just that I was scared, and I entered a wrong taxi and all that. But there were hardly any bad parts though. It was just about me kind of meeting friends and having fun. Guys, that's the most important thing about friends. Like, honestly, like, it is very essential to have people around you that support you, and they love you, and they will be with you no matter what. Even though I hardly keep up with the people that I met on my whole Ukrainian journey, I don't know, I am still thankful for them till this day. And I am thankful to God and my family for actually helping me go through this whole experience. And I just hope that nobody, nobody has to go through this, because honestly, if I hadn't left Ukraine, if I hadn't left Kharkiv, me that I was saying that nothing is happening, and like, basically that is all, like, that is the city that I hear the most about. So it's just a miracle. I can only give God all the praise for this, that I finally left that place. I'm in the US. I'm healthy, I'm happy, and honestly, God has just been watching all over me. So yeah, guys, this was my story. And as the war's still going on, if there's anybody who is finding a hard time getting out, or if there's anybody who's really affected by this, because I'm sure that everyone would be affected by this, I just pray that you would find solace in the Lord, and he will protect you and watch over you till the end of this, because trust me, this won't be forever. It would eventually end, and I hope this will be real soon. I really pray for Ukraine, guys, if I haven't said this before. Now, if you guys like this video and want more story times like this, Please make sure to like, comment, and share this video. Also, please make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notifications just to be notified each time I post. And I will see you all in my next video. Have a good day.
Why you always in the mood? Fuck around like I'm brand new.